Oh, Dan, what a tournament. What a tournament. Hey, guess who has woken up from their slumber?
Oh, man, you picked them, too. I always given you some shit on Monday or whenever we recorded that first pod. I was giving you some stuff, man. But you picked them. You saw what you liked last week down there at South Carolina's hometown. He came back and you said, I like it. I'm buying that. And you did. I don't know if you made any money today. I didn't. I might have made 50 cents. But
I got to look and see. I was listening to DJ give his victory speech to Balionis, and I'm like, Hey, where's Balionis in the camera view? I don't see anything here. What's going on?
Hey, I am wearing a special hat today. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see it.
Bring a trailer.
Yeah, that's for Brendon Todd's Sunday game.
That is too good, man. That's too good. Hey, before we get too deep in this, are you sipping on anything tonight? I am.
Oh, I'm following you. I am.
Yeah. So tonight we're pouring back a little. You can probably see it in the screen, but we're pouring back some barrel bourbon Dovetail. Mm-hmm. Hey, man. I mean, this to me, it's the Bryson DeChambeau of bourbon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it? Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's big and it's complex. I mean, I can't lie.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's tasty. So Barrel, they did a project. So I think they pulled some. I think it was Indiana whiskeys and Tennessee whiskeys out. And hey, wink, wink, George Dickel. So 10 and 11 year. From both states, and they finish them off in rum, Cabernet, and port barrels. And I'm telling you, man, like it's you can see how much is left. I know I sent you a sample, but I don't know if you can get that in the camera view. But there's not very much, and I'm going to get a few more bottles of this, man. It is so tasty.
Bryson DeChambeau. This is it a gimme? It's got to have it. It's a gimme.
No, it's a gimme, man. Yeah, this is a gimme. It's big. It's complex. It really it's everything off the tee and a little finesse at the end. It's hard. It's not a bad miss by any means. If you haven't tried barrel bourbon Dovetail, give it a shot. It's probably around the $60, $70 range if you can find it, and it does not disappoint at all.
Nice. All right, let's get back to the tourney, man. Let's get back to the tourney. Your boy pulled it out. He pulled it out. Oh my.
Oh, did he? Yeah. Dustin Johnson. This is so the interview. I mean, the last 30 seconds of his round, which was the interview. Yeah, that's the most excited I've seen him in years. Hey, well, except for that other time, I caught him sniffing off the dashboard of his car, a couple of years ago. But no, I mean, hey, I'm telling you, like he came out, he owned it. I thought we were going to see a little bit more. He did go 15. He did go for it. Luckily, he didn't go in the water. He stayed up. He did. We did have had a little skin show on 15. He peeled the socks and shoes off. But all in all, I think it's exactly what we needed. And this puts him in the FedEx.
Yeah, he needed that bad.
I mean, he's locked. He's locked in.
Yeah, that was what he needed there, and that's great. So just talk. I mean, we were you and I were talking offline a little bit about his bag. I guess he added a couple hybrids into the bag, and then he went through 3 putters in the last couple of weeks here. That's a little bit strange, but obviously he found one that he likes. He's got this. It's a Trust putter by TaylorMade, is what they're saying, right? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, it's got that pyramid. It's so I don't. It's kind of weird. So Ricky started. A few other people are using them, but there's a putter shaft. It's called the Stability putter shaft, and it's like a stiff shaft for a putter, right? Yeah. And so I think I haven't done too much reading. We'll have to get up with Rodich Golf and see Rob. With Rob and see if he's got any insight on this. But I think that you can see when he's putting, right? He's got the little thing in the back there. It's like a little pyramid kind of shaped thing. I think it's given some stability. Or it's making it a little stiffer. And those friggin' announcers, man, the commentators, they killed me all day. I was on NBC Gold watching in the morning. Horrible, horrible. I went back over to, it came on, second, or maybe CBS, but then I went to CBS Golf, when it went to prime time. Yep. And then it's like, Jesus, man, it's like, just let Dottie talk the whole time. Just everybody shut up and let Dottie go. But I think, they're talking about arch and, how how is it counterbalance or center balance, et cetera. And I think that's that's where he's at. But truth be known, it's a head game. So I don't know. I mean, he's had this is the third putter in the bag in 3 different tournaments. And I'm sure he's going to stick with this one, given the W. But, let's put it here.
So just stay on the putter for 1 second. Looking at his metrics today and putting, he gained 2.19 shots today putting. He was -3 for the day. Off the tee, he lost 1.34 shots. Tee to green, he lost. Around the green, he lost. Approach, he had a little bit of a gain at 0.87, which means his irons were pretty good. If it wasn't for the putter, he doesn't win the tournament. I think it's that simple, right? If he wasn't putting the way he did,
for sure, man. Because so tee to green, because he had a couple of penalty strokes. And then when he recovered, I mean, it was still kind of squirrely, coming in, off the, around the green. So, yeah, I mean, I think absolutely the putter saved his ass.
Yeah, absolutely. And I convinced you last night, my buddy here from Raleigh, he's actually from Cary. He's from Cary. He lives in Atlanta now, I think, as I've heard. Man, you said he was not going to perform well. I'm joking with him in the beginning, guys, about the hat.
And guess what? He didn't perform well.
No, he didn't. Don't get too excited. But he didn't. So, yeah, I mean, he just really hit. What was it? What hole was it? 11. He had the mix up on and just.
Oh yeah, Todd. Yeah,
the triple.
Yeah, on 11. So and he chunks it over. No. He thins it over the green next to the and I don't even know. I think it was the stands. And I'm like, why in the hell do you have stands set up? I mean, that seems like a waste of time and money and exposure to people that you don't need. So I'm confused at that. But it was definitely like a green fenced in kind of thing. Yeah. So I have no idea what that was. They need to remove that stuff immediately. Yeah. But then he chunks one.
Yeah.
And then he hits it fat. And it's like, dude, that's why people are going, oh, wait a minute. Brendon Todd has won 2 tournaments this season. Who's Brendon Todd?
Yeah.
And that's exactly why, I mean, they showed a stat on DJ earlier. And so Arnold Palmer was leading number 1, Jack was number 2, Tiger was number 3, and DJ was number 4. And that is the most consecutive years of winning a tournament. And DJ was at 12, Tiger was at 14, and Arnold and Jack were at 17, I believe. And so guess what? DJ just went to 13. So this actually could be DJ putting himself in a position to surpass Tiger in a statistic, in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Brendon Todd, I mean, everybody was saying that he would have won today, and he had a great shot at winning. If it wasn't for 11, he started off with 9 pars, and this was not going to get it done. You could tell DJ came out and he was gunning for it. He was going to chase it. He knew what the stakes were, and he knew he could go out there and take the tournament, and that's what he did today. But Brendon Todd was up for Player of the Year if he wins this thing, and that just didn't happen today. But I mean,
it was number 12. It was number 12, by the way. Just 12, okay. If we got any critics on here, it was number 12 that he scored the triple bogey. Yeah.
Let's hit some notables real quick.
Well, hold on, before you go off of him, because I don't want to dismiss him, because so that dude was Brendon Todd. Yeah. He was par all the way through 11.
Yeah.
And number 12, he triples.
Yeah.
14 he bogeys, and 18 he bogeys. Yep. And but everything else was just flat par. But I think that's we've talked about it in a couple of the podcasts, and I think that's where you wind up with the what like Berger. right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you wind up with a guy that they're not playing to win the tournament. They're playing to stay in contention. So somebody else can lose the tournament, and then they just happen in there. I mean,
but he hung on like Berger didn't, though. But yeah,
yeah. But I'm just saying. I mean, but that's where. But he did. Yeah, he didn't hang on, and he really faltered.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Go ahead. You want to get
no. So on top of the hour here, I do want to touch on a couple of guys here. So first off, the big 5-0 man. I mean, he was leading coming out of the gate. He didn't lead to come out of the gate. He's leading on Friday night, right? Mr. Coffee for Wellness. He was leading the tournament. He had a crappy day yesterday and another semi crappy one today. But talk about Phil, man. He just turned 50, and we were talking about him on Monday. This is what kind of course where you can kind of bomb it and recover. And then the lefties seemed to play really well here, but he couldn't hold it together for the 4 rounds.
Well, so just like DJ suffered by the train track penalty, so Phil was derailed also. So when you say he was leading, do you mean he was leading in fashion sense?
Oh man. Okay.
Because when he stepped up to the tee box on Thursday,
yeah,
he had his aviators on. Mirrored aviators.
Yeah.
And no, I'm sorry. No. He had his mirrored Wayfarers on.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking, where's Don in the background? Dropping a song. I mean, why don't these guys have music to walk up to? It's COVID. But today he comes out in these sweatpants, looking like the clasped ankles, and he's got
like
these
skinny
aviators.
pants, and they were like skinny pants.
And they were skinny. Well, I know, but so he's got the coffee diet, and he's drinking.
Yeah.
It's like the guana coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think we're witnessing a severe midlife crisis right now, to where Phil is going through this, where he's got different pants, he's wearing a different Rolex, he's got the aviators on, he's lost a ton of weight, he's got Coffee for Wellness, he's one step away from hiring Robert Downey Jr.'s fashion person to be Iron Man 4. Okay, I mean, that's where he's at on this.
You think he got a call from the attorney about the wagers he's been placing?
maybe, but his whole thing is make me look young like Robert Downey does. Make me look young. I don't want to be the old man. That's what is happening right now. It's exactly what's happening. Yeah.
Well, all right. So we'll get right back to him, but on the same direction. Did you see Victor Hovland today?
Yeah, I did.
How could you miss him? He's like a caution light out there. It's like who just put the flare out? Wow. So I'm wondering, due to COVID and the protocols that they have in place, do you think they've completely removed all of the mirrors from their lodging? Maybe they have no idea what they look like.
Maybe. I don't know. You had your boy Victor in your lineup. He shot well the other day. He made an eagle today.
He was okay.
He couldn't get the putter going.
He was okay. It's. It was a decent pick. I wouldn't say a solid or. It definitely helped me better than everybody else at Mississippi.
Hey Joel, you're -5 today. I could have used that last Sunday. I would have made $100,000. I would have made $100,000 last Sunday. Exactly. Oh my gosh.
What'd you think about the course? Like, did you like it? Did you like? I mean, I know you like seeing live golf, but I'm saying like the course in general. And I don't want to leave you out to dry here. So number 2 in 15. So 2 was kind of long. You potentially, DeChambeau hit like a 373-yard drive today, so he could have driven number 2. Number 15 was absolutely drivable. Did anything impress you, or what did you think about the course?
I thought the course was sneaky tough, right? So the front 9 seemed to be playing a little bit harder than the back 9 for sure. Streelman says that the back 9 is his favorite 9 to play in all of the whole tour. He said he loves it, That's why I was telling you early on in the day, this is your guy. And you saw him when he was getting ready to tee off. He was like smiling with the trophy, looking at his name and everything. He was gunning. Well, he thought he was going to win that tournament, and I thought he was too. He looked great out there. I thought the course was sneaky tough. -19-1. we had a lot of predictions over the weekend, thinking it was going to be minus 22. We thought we were going to see much lower scores today than we saw from Dustin and Brendon and the leaders guys. I really thought, they only moved what? They moved one up, right? It was minus 18 going into today. So the leaderboard only moved up to minus 19. I think that's right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. They actually lost a stroke. They moved one up, but DJ was at 20, and that's as high as they got.
No, he finished at 19 though. Yeah,
right. Yeah. But he lost.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be minus 22 was going to win it again, kind of like last week or whatnot. And they never got there, so it just tells you, I thought the course was cool. I liked it, but it seemed tricky. A lot of the guys really struggled out there. I thought
I think Streelman's a great example of Berger. So Streelman, all pars, no bogeys. Anything else on the scorecard is birdies. And he was just hanging on for somebody else to go and try to pull something off magical and eat it. He didn't take any chances. He played, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But once again, you've got a guy that I'm depending on somebody to lose the tournament so I can put myself in a position to win the tournament. And I think that's where, like the Streelmans and Berger. Don't get me wrong, Streelman's played in some good tournaments before.
He won there.
I know, but I don't think it was a very competitive lineup when he won.
I don't know, but he birdied I think it was birdied. I forget the exact stat here, but I think he birdied the whole back nine to win.
No, exactly. Yeah, it was like 7 or 9 or something like that. Crazy. Yeah. But I think the thing is here, it's like they're playing against people. They're playing against guys that are that have it in the bag. It's just when do I put it together? And I think there's a lot of I don't cares out there. We've seen it for the past 2 weeks with DJ. I'm not saying that he was trying to shit the bed just intentionally, but he didn't care. He was out there just trying to get back into something and get into a groove. And guess what? This week he hit a groove. Oh, speaking breaking news. Ricky Fowler has already missed the cut for the Rocket.
No, that's his major sponsor, man. I think he gets an exemption going into Saturday.
No, he's already missed the cut. He's already turned his scores in and he's missed it. He has photo shoots. Jack Palmer called me, and I know this.
Oh, did he? Okay. So we got a couple more guys we got to talk about here before we wrap this up. So some guys that kind of really fading coming out of some super weeks. Answer couldn't get it to going over this week. He finished at minus 13. I was watching him all day. I had some lineups, and he just couldn't get it rolling, man. And then the other one today that really, really messed me up bad was Neiman, and he had a plus 3 or plus 4 today. Oh my gosh, man! I didn't see that coming. It was plus
so
5,
Answer didn't do anything. Hovland was unimpressive today. The birdies were there to get today. You saw it. Even people that were struggling were making birdies, or at least they weren't. They were at least making par, and I think that's what jammed a lot of people up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who I was impressed by today.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Pat Reed.
He had a really good day.
I love to mention that Pat every chance I get. Hey, Pat Reed shot 600 today, man. He had a solid day.
I think he might be my lineup next week. We'll get into that coming Monday, Tuesday, but I'm just doing a little bit of a preview on that course, and he looks like he's going to be a strong contender there for me.
Jonathan Vegas, I know you had him in your lineup, but he shot 4 under today, which wasn't horrible, right? You can't really argue with that.
I would have made money if it wasn't for Neiman, because I had Johnny Vegas, who did great for me today, and I had Dodd Redman that shot minus 7 today. I'm like, I have both those guys.
Hey, who's your boy? Who's your boy from the Wyndham Championship that you always want to put in your lineup, that you always want in there, and you didn't put him in there this time because he's scared?
No, I did. He was in there. So
you got Doc in.
I did, but Neiman screwed me up with the plus 5 today. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because Doc led Doc and Glover. They were the rounds of the day, man. Doc set that shit on fire, dude.
He did. How much longer before he wins a tournament, you think?
I don't think very long. What do we got from him? We got 68, 67, 69, 63. He was on fire, dude. The whole time. So yesterday compared to everybody else, it was kind of like, I don't know, but it can't be long, right?
No.
That dude he's got things dialed in. So hold on, let's look at, if we got time, let's take a look at Doc and see, what did he do today? Oh, and hey, nice beard, Doc. Like that. Keep it going, man. So 295 distance. Hey, okay. Driving accuracy 71%. Greens in regulation 83%. 1.2 strokes gained putting. So how do you argue with that?
Yeah. No, you can't. And then for the tournament, he was only 0.3. He was actually minus 0.3 on the putting. So if he had to putter anywhere near hot, he would have been in the leaderboard, up much higher in the leaderboard. What about Rory? Rory, he's been struggling the last couple of weeks.
So he looked good on he looked pretty good on Thursday. Well, yeah, he was in top 5, I think, Thursday. T5.
Yeah. I know, Mr. T5.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with him. It must be that relationship thing that he hasn't gotten figured out yet.
Here we go again.
You tell me, man. I mean, what do you think it is?
I think the break wasn't good to him. I just think the break wasn't good to him at all. He has not gotten back into the form we would typically see for him. So. Yeah.
Well, here you go. So you got 300 yard, 301 driving distance average, greens in regulation 50%, 57% driving accuracy. He's negative on strokes gained putting.
Yeah. So.
I mean, what more do you want?
I don't know.
You got to make a putt, man.
You have to make a putt.
Well, you got to make more than the majority. I mean, you're way at the bottom of the stack there. So.
Yeah. So overall, that was a good tournament. A great tournament, and it wasn't as fun as last week. I don't think. The first 2 weeks were the ones that were more fun for me watching. This one was a little bit slower, and then you had the rain delay. We've had rain delays a lot over the last couple. We had one at the Tiger Phil. We had one at in Hilton Head last week. We had one today.
But it's a
next
weather
week,
thing.
you know who's back next week?
Who?
Hatton's back. My boy.
He's definitely in the lineup.
Yeah, I love that guy.
You're my boy, Blue.
I love that guy. I can't wait for Hatton to be back.
Definitely in the lineup. Hold on, I'm looking. Oh, hey, I won $20.95 today.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Yeah. So it's been a while since we saw somebody take the shoes off to get in the water, huh?
And I saw multiple people taking their shoes off this week. I mean, specifically today. I mean, I saw like 3 or 4 people, I think, like stripping down, and it's like, I don't know. And that's probably, you mentioned Rory said, I will not be at a harbor town again. No. I think you're going to hear a lot of other people say like, I'm not going to River Highlands again. It's just, I'm fine with it. So, so, I don't know. I think entertaining enough. I think some of the, a decent course, but just like we're gonna have a layoff next week. I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys like DJ. There's no way in hell he shows up next week. Do you think so?
No, I don't think he will. No, I don't think so. I didn't think I saw him on there. I think Bryson's playing. I think Matsuyoma's playing. I think Hatton's playing. I don't think.
Speaking of
Rory's not
Bryson of Bourbon.
The Bryson of Bourbon. That's right. All right, let's close this thing out. What else we got? Anything else before we go?
Let me see. Spieth looks shaky again today.
Yeah.
Rory started out grinding. We just mentioned him. Phil, Phil, what? At least put a tag on there so I can see what brand they are, so I can buy them to go in with my glasses. Oh yeah, you know what I do want to talk about for a sec? Rahm was kind of like, whatever. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, he hasn't bounced back. He hasn't bounced back like we wanted him to,
I know, but you know what? So we were talking yesterday, I guess, and we were doing our daily picks for today, which shit the bed on. And you're like, oh my God, you got to pick Hoffman. And I'm like, I don't know about Hoffman.
He had a great Saturday.
Yeah. Well, guess what he had? He had a bad enough Sunday to make up for. He can't get enough good Saturdays to make up for the shitty Sundays that he had.
Oh, man, it was terrible. And I watched that live, too, the first 2 holes. Oh, crap. That was bad. Oh, man, I was so mad. I was throwing a tomahawk across the room.
Baseball. They said baseball. They said baseball's coming back. Once again, I'm very impressst. What I'm most excited about is that you know who, Mr. Hypochondriac. He requests a test, And he says, "Oh, I got to play by myself." I'm so glad that came back negative, dude.
I am too. I love that guy. I really do.
I
wanted to make a joke. I wanted to make a joke, but I didn't want to make the joke. Does anybody think that he's got any pre-existing conditions?
yes, everything. It's like he had COVID before COVID even happened. Like, we need to get, if we're doing with distance social tracing or distance tracing or tracking, we may need to figure out who's been around that guy. He could be the seed. He could be the seed.
We love JD.
No, we love him. We love JD. Yeah, just kidding. But I'm glad it did. I'm glad it came back negative. I mean, I think that's very positive for where we are, and I think it's socially responsible that he said, "Hey, I think I'm okay." But I'm feeling a little queasy. Yeah, my equilibrium's off a little bit. Could I get a test? And they're like, "Hey, we've had you one reserve since we started." Yes,
that's right.
We're glad you asked.
That's right. All right, let's wrap this up. So, congrats to DJ. So, Cal, what I need you to do, we're taping this live, guys. I mean, the thing ended, and we pretty much came on the air like a minute or two after that. I need you to pick out a bourbon for DJ. So for the Monday or Tuesday pod, whenever we do it, pick out a DJ one for it's a salute to him for winning the tournament. We'll give it the little name and all that. We'll give it a nice rating and all that. What bourbon on that shelf behind you back there is the DJ? I need to see that. I need to see that come Monday or Tuesday.
It's going to be long and slow.
Oh boy. And then we'll do that, and then we got the fantasy stuff coming up for Rocket Mortgage. Hey, Jack Palmer's going to have a big week next week. That's for sure. Jack's back.
I hear Jack's been in Detroit getting ready for all the video shoots coming up.
Oh yeah. Anything else before we close this thing out?
Hey, happy to see golf back in action 3 weeks in a row. Looking forward to a fourth.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.